In this demo, I'm going to show you how to horizontally scale a pod with the replication controller. I just started my Minikube Kubernetes cluster again. So if I type kubectl get nodes, or get node, then I can see Minikube is ready. I have the YAML file in the Kubernetes course, in replication controller, hello world replication controller. I'm going to create this replication controller, hello world controller created. So let's have a look. kubectl get pods. You can now see that this replication controller created 2 pods. Now we have an hello world controller dash and then a random string because the name needs to be unique, and then a second one also with unique name. So these ones are now creating. It needs to pull the image again, so it can take some time. So let's describe one of them. So we need to use now this name. Describe pod and then the name. So this uses the replication controller and it's still the same demo. Let's just wait a few seconds now until the image is pulled. Now the image has been pulled and I have the 2 pods running. You can see that now I horizontally scaled my pod. I have multiple instances running. If I have multiple nodes, those instances could be running over multiple nodes, and we could put a service in front of that, a load balancer, that will make these multiple pods accessible to other software or customers. If one of those pods crashes, if one of those underlying nodes crashes, then the controller will automatically reschedule these pods. So let me just remove one of those pods. And then we're going to see that the replication controller is just going to create a new pod. It will see that this pod is gone and it will reschedule a new one. So you can see here now, this pod is terminating and 11 seconds ago, a new pod is already running. The controller will always make sure that the correct amount of pods is running. I can also scale those pods just using the kubectl command. I can do kubectl scale and I can say replicas equals to 4 instead of 2. And I can again pass the YAML file, or I can just specify the full name of this replication controller. I'm just going to show it first with the file name. Replication controller hello world controller scaled. So now you can see it is creating 4 pods because we did the scaling operation. Another way to use kubectl scale is first, let's get the name of the replication controller. We can abbreviate this by RC. This is the hello world controller. And we can say kubectl scale replicas only maybe 1 replica. And then we can say RC / hello world controller, and then it's going to scale it again. So if you do again get pods, you see now 3 of them have been terminated and only 1 of them is now running. Again, to iterate what I said during the theory, this you can only horizontally scale. So this is horizontally scaling. You can only horizontally scale when your pod is stateless. If you have stateful pods, then you will not be able to do this. If you want to know how to create stateless applications, have a look at the 12-Factor app. Have a look at my other courses. If you're already sure that you have a stateful application, you will just have to be a little bit more patient because I will be explaining stateful pods later on in the course. If you want to delete this controller, you can just say kubectl delete rc hello world controller. And then the controller is deleted and the last pod is now terminating. These scaling operations are all saved in Kubernetes itself as a backend etcd, where it saves all those settings like number of replicas. You don't always need to have those in the YAML files. It's easy to have them in YAML files because then you have your state easily available to you in files, and you can do testing and you can put those things in version control, but it's not a necessity.